threaten people. Comes out, chokeslams, kill people, disappears again. Why do you do that? I don't know. He's Kane. I mean, that's really the only other thing you can do with him, though.
Yeah.
But just throwing him into big matches like this, it's like, why?
Yeah, it tarnishes the value of this match.
Yeah. He's got nothing going on with any of these characters.
No, not at all. He's just up in the mix. But now it's time to get positive, y'all. Oh yeah, because I'm happy today. We having a good time.
He's a happy guy.
The yes moments. And first up in our yes moments, we have the Stephanie and Vicky Guerrero segment.
How is that a yes moment?
What do you mean?
It's a no moment.
Did you see how the fans popped?
I don't care.
That was big.
Yeah.
That was
Because
big.
they did a cheap pop. They mentioned Eddie Guerrero.
No.
They gotta do.
Stephanie challenged Vicky, and
Yes, they
the
did.
fans said yes.
Yes, they did. But
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah,
I'll
you
give
know
you
you was
that.
gonna like to see Stephanie up in the ring gear.
Yeah, but she wasn't getting.
I bet you she would have had
some.
something better than Seth Rollins, and if she had something shiny like Seth Rollins, I bet you she would look 10 times better.
But she's a woman.
That's
and
right.
Women wear leather pants. Period.
That pink Coke bottle, baby. So, after that, the next yes moment would have to be the new Wyatt family intro music. The whole world in his hands, a little down by the bayou style,
Yeah.
baby.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, get your harmonica ready. Tune it up.
Tune it up.
That's right.
The banjo.
And then our next and final yes moment would have to be Cody Rhodes looking like a rock star energy drink. That's what I get from Cody Rhodes ring attire.
Because when you pointed it out, it's like, wow, he does. He looks exactly like a rock star energy drink.
I'm sorry, but Stardust is going to continue to get promoted on the OJP Wrestling Show. We hope we can have Stardust on our show one day because I think it's one of the coolest brand new gimmicks ever known to fucking WWE.
It's not brand new though, but come on, we both know it's not brand new.
No,
it's not brand new.
You wishing upon a star now?
I mean, I like it, but we know what it is. It's a fucking. It's gold dust. It's his
star.
It's his. But what the star? It's not gold dust. It's star. It's the same, but it's different.
No dust.
You know, it's like it's his brother's version of gold dust.
Dust to dust. Yes. I'm sorry. I got carried away. So that's the yes and the no moments, y'all.
I hate you.
I know. But that's all right. I know my fans love me out there all over the world.
Nobody likes you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got another special... Shut up, nigga. I'm trying to talk to the people. Right. I love my people. I love my folk. I love y'all. So anyway, we got another very special guest this week on the OJP Wrestling Show, baby. I told you we deliver. I got so many surprises. You don't even know what's about to happen. The formats, the interviews, the on-the-road segments, the websites, the Facebook, the Twitter, all the social media, all the things that you never thought would happen is coming to fruition, baby. And you're coming on the road, all my fellow juicers out there. So this week we got on the show. That's the Killer Khan. He's so happy. He's so happy for me. He don't cry. He laughs. He laughs when he's happy.
I do laugh when I'm happy.
So this week on the OJP Wrestling Show, y'all, we have an interview with the premier heavyweight champion of the world, the 2004 Guamanian Olympic athlete.
Oh!
Freestyle wrestling, y'all.
Oh!
Turned professional wrestler.
What?
The premier heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Mr. Athletic, Jeff Cobb.
Oh, shit.
Coming to you next after these messages on the OJP Wrestling Show. That's right, baby. We'll be right back.
Fab Five Freddy with Billy D. Williams. Yeah. Definitely the flyest act in the business. But Billy, what do you do to maximally love?
Well, Freddie, I usually like to spend a quiet evening at home with a few friends and Colt 45.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing like a smooth, ice cold Colt 45. As a matter of fact, I have some friends waiting for me at home right now.
Billy, you sure you don't need me to come with you?
We have a very special guest this week on the OJP Wrestling Show, ladies and gentlemen. He was trained in Action Zone Wrestling School by Oliver John, He's competed in the Olympic Games in Athens back in 2004, and he's currently the heavyweight champion in AZW today. So, I would like to briefly introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Athletic himself, Jeff Cobb. How you doing out there, Jeff?
Hello there. How you doing? Thank you for having me, sir.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure's all ours. And just wanted to, thank you for coming out on the show, and just tell us out there how you doing out there in the wrestling world. How's everything going in the independents, and tell us a little bit about yourself as far as how you got started into the wrestling industry.
Well, I mean, how I got started, I've been a lifelong wrestling fan since I was a young pup. Watched it since I was a kid. Watched it all the way through, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and I continued watching it in my adulthood, and I've always wanted to do it. Never wanted to be like a firefighter like that. I thought that was boring, so pro wrestling was always my dream to do. And yeah, I'm just now living the dream, and I'm loving every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, that's pretty much my story as well. I grew up watching this since I can remember, since I was probably carrying a baby bottle, and honestly, it's like it's in your blood. You live it and breathe it every day, and I can understand exactly where you're coming from, my friend. So, more power to you for living out the dream. I see that you competed in the 2004 Olympic Games as a freestyle wrestler for Guam. You want to tell us a little bit about your brief history in the Olympic Games, my friend? Because that's certainly a feat right there.
Yeah, okay, well, so originally, in high school, I was a little bit naive, I guess you would say. In school, and then I saw flyers for, hey, join the wrestling team, and for some odd reason, I thought that was professional wrestling. So, I got my physical, went to the first practice, and I showed up, and I was like, who the hell's the ring at? No ring, it's just a mat, and a very hot room, and sweaty guys, and need to say I was disappointed, but, I'm not one of those people where, like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to stick with it. And that was, like, the only thing I was really good at. I mean, I was too short for basketball, and, didn't want to get run over by the big guys in football. So wrestling was my calling, and I didn't know it until then.
Well, that's a funny story, actually, to even talk about right there, is that you came in thinking it was something completely different, thinking like, oh, I want to be a pro wrestler. Okay, now if I can try out right in school, then that's the way in. And obviously, in this more of the sports entertainment world compared to the Greco-Roman style freestyle wrestling that that's in competition collegiate wise or in grade school and high school. So I'm sure that was a rude awakening for you, huh?
Oh, definitely. It's I never trained as hard in my life up until that point. And then when I started doing wrestling, it was like 5 days a week, weight cutting, just pounding your body down, but I appreciate everything that I've been through, because that transition from amateur wrestling and Olympic style to professional wrestling, that background truly helped me get the work ethic that I had today.
That's amazing, man. And what was it like just wrestling for Guam? Did you grow up in Guam, or you resided there at a brief period of time? What's a little bit more about your background wrestling for Guam in the Olympic Games?
Well, I was born and raised in Hawaii.
Okay.
I lived there for until middle school, and then right around that time, I moved to Guam because my mom's side was there, and my grandmother, they wanted us to take care of her, so we ended up moving there, and it's like to say the rest is history. I've been there since 1994, and I stayed there up until I left for college.
And I see that you were also a flag bearer in the Olympic Games for the opening festivities. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I was the flag bearer for that country, and then 30 days later, I wrestled and had a great time. Great 30 plus days in Athens, Greece.
And also, I see that you've also won a few gold medals in 2005 in the Oceania Championships, Greco-Roman and freestyle, and then also in 2006 in the Micronesian Games. So you've been competing for quite some time freestyle before you got yourself into the squared circle, so to speak.
Well, yeah. I mean, I right out of high school, I didn't go straight to college. I started training freestyle and Greco, and they're technically they weren't paying me, but I mean, you had to pay for flights and the food and the housing and whatnot. So I felt like I was getting paid. So I was getting paid to travel around the world and wrestle. It was a great deal. It was a good trade-off,
Absolutely.
For a country, and I get to see I get to see Japan and Athens, Greece, and Middle East, and all on someone else's dime. Why not, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you get to travel the world, you get to do things that you love to do. I mean, and you were doing it at a high caliber level, consistently, man. I mean, not too many people can say that. And then to make the transition, from collegiate and freestyle wrestling into the pro wrestling world is not the easiest. I mean, Kurt Angle's done it, Ken Patera's done it. There's a rare few amount of gentlemen out there that can truly make that transition and entertain people and adapt and to say, okay, now I've got to change myself completely compared to what I've been doing before. So more power to you for that. And, so speaking about that, why don't you tell us a little bit about, going through Action Zone Wrestling and training with Oliver John, and, what's some of the things that you remember the most about your training and then finally getting your chance to actually do professional wrestling?
Oh, man. There's times where, I don't like to go on the past or like that, but, there are times where I kick myself, thinking, maybe I should have moved out here a lot sooner. I was living and training right after college. I moved back to Hawaii, and that's where I started, where I first got my foot in the door was through Action Zone or ATW out in Hawaii. And, it's just, Hawaii, I mean, I love Hawaii, don't get me wrong. It's just so isolated, especially for professional wrestling. If we're, I'm in California right now, and people mention that California is, is far away from everybody else in the pro wrestling industry, but Hawaii is even further. So I was thinking, I got to figure out how am I going to get my name out there, and where am I going to get the best training from? And I had a mutual friend, and he was saying, Oliver John is the way to go. And I never regretted the decision to move out here and train with Oliver John. I mean, it's just he's from an old school mentality. So he trained under Paul DeMarco, and it's just his attention to detail just makes that much better. It makes breaks the match, and it's great. I mean, I love it. I never regretted my decision moving out here.
Well, that's good, brother. I mean, it's not the easiest business to get into. I took a stab at it myself in the past, and it wasn't for me at that time. And hopefully, I can find a way to entertain the masses. And I feel like I've been doing that with my podcast, and I'll try to find a way to contribute because guys like yourself, you inspire me because you don't give up. You don't just say, okay, well, maybe it's just not working out. Maybe I'm just going to go do something else. No, you love it that much. You keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it to the limit until you get to where you want to be in this business. And, it may or may not work out, but at the end of the day, why give up on it if you love it, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to love this business to be in it, you can't, you don't just say, wake up one morning and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna slam my body on the ground and get hit with chairs and whatnot, or not all the time, but and just because I want to do it. No, you actually gotta love the business.
Absolutely, it takes a special kind of person to be able to endure it all. But hey, obviously you're one of those special few. What's a memorable story you might have that you might want to share with us? After your training, when you got on the road, something like maybe your first match or something like that.
Man, I got so many stories. It's so much fun. I love road trips, man. They're so much fun. And Nice. I've been very fortunate enough to work for a company out here called Lucha Extreme, and they have a